So today's video is going to be me on the move. You know, time's money, so sometimes we can't sit still and do these many videos, but we're going to do what we can today, so please bear with me. I would like to say and start off by saying that if you're going to connect onto this video today for any training or any teaching with regards to the rent-to-rent, this is not going to be the video for you. This video is going to be based and mainly about me, on my feelings, on what I just received and how I felt my rent-to-rent training went with Samuel Leeds, which was a 3-day training course. It's just an update as well on how I'm finding the academy and how I'm finding my training so far. So once again, just to go over, this isn't going to be any training or any training. It's not going to be no training for my rent-to-rent. It's all going to be about how I felt my training went. So first of all, I'd like to say I'm so happy I went. Rent-to-rent's not a strategy that I was really looking to do. It's not a strategy that I thought would be part of my arsenal in property development. But I'm happy I went, and I'm now let's rephrase that. I will always have that in my arsenal, and if a strategy doesn't work, say release options or a BRR, if there's an element or an area where I can actually implement my rent-to-rent, I will do that. So yeah, I'm really happy I went, and I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute. But I'm really happy I went because of the negative information that I've been receiving on my other video with regards to how a lot of these programs are scams, and also some of the news I've been hearing about Samuel Leeds personally. I would like to say it like this, that we, especially in England as well, it's like crabs in a bucket. As soon as someone starts doing really well at something, people will always drag you down. That's reality. That's just how it is. We as people, we need to move away from that mindset. You know, if someone's doing very well at something, we need to harness that and celebrate them, because one day that's going to be us. One day I'm going to be that good at something, you know? I think we also have to be mindful that, yeah, there are a lot of scammers out there, and you never know. I'm just giving you my view on what I'm receiving and how I'm feeling as I'm going through this training course. You never know if this course might not be good for you that I'm doing. For me, I'm really happy I went, because I was positive when I signed up. I was positive when I done a DFE course. This is all under Samuel Leeds Academy. Done the DFE, done the crash course, and I think there was what they call a deal finding extravaganza as well. I've done that as well. Really happy I've done those. But since then, and then I uploaded the video on my views on the crash course, everyone's been so articulate on how they broke down their views on the Samuel Leeds or the course. They've been pleasant, really polite, and they broke down really well on how they think that it's a bit of a scam, and how when you spend that much money on something, you could use that money to put on a deposit for a house. I 100% understand that. 100% understand that. For me personally, you had me on the ropes. Even I was thinking, wow, like, I might have been scammed. I might have been scammed. No. I believe in Samuel Leeds. I believe in the course. But when you keep hearing this negativity, you have to be wise enough to think, wow, maybe I've been caught out on this one. Maybe I have. And when you go to another training course, you realize why you're there. I see it as this. If I was going to go to college, or if I was in school, would I learn better by getting all my education from YouTube and textbooks and teaching myself? On a side note, I might be able to go to a PIN meeting, or I might be able to go to a local meeting and get information from that as well, and there might be someone to help me. Or would I get a lot more out of it if I went to school or I went to college? All of us are different. You might be very analytical, and you might be able to break stuff down and very disciplined on the way that you can, you know what, I'm going to give myself 5 hours a day on this, I'm going to stick to it, and by the end of it, I'm going to implement every single thing that I've just educated myself in. This current stage of my life, that's not me. Maybe it is in me, but at the moment, I'm 38 and I haven't done it so far. So moving forward, that will change, but currently, I want someone to hold my hand as I'm training, as I'm going through this course. And yes, it's a massive amount of money. I'm not telling you to do it. Please don't see this as me telling you how to do it. I'm very thankful at this stage that I've invested that money, because I want to go to school or college. I feel that having my hand held through the process will help me to get to financial freedom a little bit quicker. As I say, for you it might be different. For me, that works for me quite well, even though it's a struggle to get that money. I'm hoping that I will be able to get the money back quicker, right? So, when I got there and I sat down, and in about half an hour, I thought, yeah, I get it. All the information out there is all on YouTube, and it's in textbooks and that. But when you're in a classroom, every single one in that classroom has paid the same amount of money as you. So I believe, right? As far as everyone I've spoke to, everyone's paid the same amount of money, or roughly the same amount of money in that whole classroom. So everyone in that class has paid a lot of money, and they all have something invested in making that work. Everyone wants to make it work. There are investors in the classes as well, so a lot of them also want people that are good at what they do, and they'll invest money to joint venture and all the rest of it. But fundamentally, most of the people in that classroom all have paid a lot of money to do that training. So everyone is not going to sit there at the back of the classroom waiting to have their question answered by not asking, and I'm just going to hope the day runs out. Everyone wants to ask questions, and everyone does ask questions, and a lot of the questions that people ask may be questions you didn't even think about, but once they've asked that question, you think, yeah, thank you. So 3 days. Throughout that 3 days, there was different trainers. I don't even know if I meant to say the names, but so actually no, I won't. So there was a couple of trainers that were where I am now, that started through the academy and they've got better at it. And there was Samuel came there. Samuel was only there for like half a day, and he's very inspirational. And for that inspiration alone is fantastic. It is. And for me personally, procrastination is something that holds us all back. We can all think that we're very, very good with our time, and we manage our time very, very well, and you know, we're so disciplined. Some of us aren't. And part of this journey, it helps when you surround yourself with positive people and people that are doing your journey and living your journey and going through it. So when you speak to someone like Samuel, or you speak to one of the trainers, or speak to other the academy members that are actually doing deals, you know, you think, oh yeah. And next time, I know I'm going to go on another course on the 20th. So I'm kind of thinking, wow, I have to go to that course with something under my belt. I have to at least have a rent-to-rent or a service accommodation or a lease option, or I have to at least start a BRR. And yeah, that's a bit of pressure. But we need pressure. We need a little bit of pressure. Don't pressurize yourself, you know, that you might harm yourself or your health. But I mean, we have to be accountable. You know, paying for an academy and then expecting that to be like a winning lottery ticket. No, we have to be equally accountable. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, the first day, it starts by, you know, welcoming everyone back in, clap your hands and all that rest of it, and you know, all that stuff. They break down the rent-to-rent. I heard some negative bits about the rent-to-rent and how, you know, they tell you that you can go there with no money down and you can get a property really easy. I heard other situations where people say it's illegal because it's subletting. So, you know, all that, and, you know, landlords have kicked you out after you've had it. It breaks it all down. You know, it seems to me, if you're going to go down the rent-to-rent route after my 3 days training, a lot of the time you do have to put down about $4 grand on a property, because everything has to be compliant. And they break that down to you, that don't think you're going to get rent-to-rent with no money down every single time and you're going to make a lot of money from it. It seemed to me that, because they give you spreadsheets as well, so, and I'm not really good at all this stuff, but for example, Excel spreadsheets that you can put your data in and automatically the answers come out. So say for example, one of the trainers designed a spreadsheet so you can put up what your deposit is that you're putting in, what your monthly income is that you think you're gonna get, what the monthly expenditure is now that you have to pay the landlord for the property, renovation costs, whether or not you've got a management company that's going to be dealing with the management, whether or not you're going to have you're going to systemize it, putting all your digits in, and then it spits out your return on investment and the numbers you need to see if the deal is viable. Stuff like that, yeah, you can get online, but a trainer's giving it to you. He's used that a lot, so that's useful. And when you see the spreadsheet and you put your own numbers in, you see how it spits out, that helps you. Also, the training I just done, they had a company that came out called I forgot the name of the company now, but they are a company that helps systemize your systems. They spoke to us about how their system works. Yes, they want to sell to you. You haven't got to use them, but then you can see the pros and cons on using a system to be able to systemize your deals and your properties. Great information. What else was it that we dealt with? HMOs, serviced accommodations, and just fundamentally that kick up the bum. You know, let's go and get it. Let's go and get it. The training was great. For the whole 3 days of training was great. As I said, I went into it not thinking that rent to rent was going to be something that I was going to get into. Now I know a bit more about rent to rent and I'm a bit more confident. Prime example is I went on a lease option the other day, and it didn't go. It didn't work out in the end. And now I know about rent to rent, a little bit more rent to rent and how it works. That deal that I thought had gone now might be back on the table, because rent to rent actually does work on that deal, and I think the vendor might like a rent to rent on that property. I don't know unless I ask, so I'm gonna try and do that one. And yeah, so for me the 3 days was great. I enjoyed it. It's not a strategy that I really wanted to get involved with, but fundamentally it showed me that, you know, I need to be more in property. I need to put a lot more time into property. A lot of the people that I saw on the course are people that I saw a couple of months before. They're getting deals now. That makes me feel I need to get some deals as well. I spoke to the trainers a couple of times. The numbers that they give you for solicitors, don't forget, if you're doing a rent to rent or a lease option, you might go to an estate agent, and you see a property and you try and put forward a rent to rent on a property. They might say, no, what is rent to rent? Not every estate agent knows what rent to rent is. Or other estate agents might say, no, you can't, because that's illegal, that's subletting. With your knowledge and your information, you know, you use certain words: corporate let, business let, and you start to be a bit more confident with your dealings. And I think that's what you gain when you go through the training. So for me personally, I'm really happy that I went through the training. Rent to rent wasn't a strategy that I was thinking about. I've said it about a million times now. I'm going to probably keep on saying it. Let's hope that I don't. But now that I feel more confident in it, I'm glad I've done it. My next 2 courses are the main reason why I signed up to the academy. I will probably give you a bit more information on that. I've got a few deals going down at the moment. I will always say this, and I stick by it, and that is, whatever you do though, whenever you're doing these deals, don't get too eager that you're going to shoot yourself in the foot or you're going to shoot the vendor in the foot. You have to make sure it's always a win-win. You have to make sure everyone's happy. It takes months, it takes years to build up a good reputation. And just because you think you might have found a rent to rent, don't go in there guns blazing and shoot someone in the foot or shoot yourself in the foot. You know, really make sure the deal stacks up to you. And the way in which I do that is through training. And at the same time, make sure the vendor is very, very happy, because a lot of the time, and by speaking to a lot of these other people that also done the same training, what they found is when they reach out to a landlord specifically, or even an estate agent, if you're very good at what you do, it's very clean, you speak well, you do what you do really, really well, and the money's always on time, and everything that, you know, is done very well, you'll get more from that one landlord or that one estate agent. So that's, for me, where education is key. And once again, networking is key. You know, networking is key. Speaking to like-minded people like you. Don't shut yourself in your room and want to do everything on your own. You know, use leverage, and going to these courses, for me, that's where you get your leverage from. So just to conclude, I'm really happy that I went on the course, because it showed me that this shit, I'm gonna have to swear, this shit is real. And it just boosted my confidence again, because even I was getting swayed by hearing all this negativity about that specific course and Samuel Leeds. Come on, use your common sense. Do you think this stuff works? The money that we've paid, if you do one good deal, that's the money paid. Do you think by going to college rather than learning at home, you will learn a lot quicker? If you think that's the case, then why would you not do it, you know? Why would you not do it? So that's just my breakdown of it. I hope that makes any sense to you. If you've got any questions, please ask me for the questions. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Until next time, thank you.